Hello friends, welcome to Learn Easy. Today in this session, we will discuss managerial decision-making process. Decision-making is crucial for running a business enterprise which faces a large number of problems requiring decisions. The 7 steps involved in managerial decision-making process are establishing objectives. The important objective of a business enterprise is to maximize profit. However, a business firm may have some other objectives such as maximization of sales, growth, etc. The objective of a public enterprise is not only maximization of profit but also to follow benefit cost criterion. According to this criterion, a public enterprise should evaluate all social costs and benefits when making a decision, such as whether to build an airport, a power plant, or a steel plant, etc. Second step is defining the problem. Let an industry finds its profit is declining. It needs to investigate what are the causes of the problem of declining profits. Whether it is due to the wrong pricing policy, bad labor management relations, or the cause of outdated technology which is causing the problem of declining profits. Defining the nature of the problem is important because decision making is, after all, meant for the solution of the problem. Third step is identifying factors impinging on the problem and model building. In a broad sense, once the sources of the problem have been identified and clarified, management will have to identify, evaluate, and compare alternative solutions. It is absolutely essential for the decision makers to carefully consider the variables that have potential impact on the situations and hypothesize the relationships among them. This involves some sort of model building. The important factors are included and less important ones are deleted. Each model may subsequently be used to evaluate possible alternative course of action. Fourth step is identifying possible course of action. One has to be cautious not to stop trying to identify alternatives. The process of enumerating possible course of actions have to be exhaustive. Fifth step is collection of data and other informations. In order to evaluate alternatives, the decision maker must have the necessary information. He has to gather data relating to the important variables having direct and indirect influence on the present decision problem. Some of these data are readily available within the firm. In addition, further information from the external sources, that is published documents, is needed for decision-making process. These data will help the third step and fourth step too. Sixth step is evaluating and screening of alternatives. The information that has been gathered is fruitfully utilized to evaluate and screen the alternatives previously specified. Methods of regression analysis, linear programming, cost-benefit analysis are used to arrive at the potential course. The optimum solution will be one that helps to achieve the established objective of the firm. It may be noted that for the choice of optimal solution to the problem, a manager works under certain constraints. Considering legal and social constraints, as for example, regarding pollution, disposal of harmful waste, considering financial, that is limited financial resources and raw materials, technological, which sets limits to the possible output to be produced per unit time, and input constants. The seventh and the last step is implementing the best alternative and monitoring the decision. After the alternative course of action have been evaluated and optimal course of action is selected, the final step is to implement the decision. It requires constant monitoring so that expected results from the optimal course of action are obtained. It is therefore of paramount importance to establish procedures to monitor and evaluate the progress of the implemented solution. From time to time, changes are likely to be desirable to adjust for variations in the external, that is macro environment of business. This step is further augmenting the step number 5, collection of data and other information. Let me summarize the total managerial decision-making process. First step is establishing objective. Second step is defining the problem. Third step is identifying factors impinging on the problem and model building. Fourth step is identifying possible course of action. Fifth step is collection of data and other information. This collection of data and other information is helping step number 4 2 and step number 3. Sixth step is evaluating and screening of alternatives, considering legal and social constraints, and considering financial, technological, infrastructural, and input constraints. And the sixth step is also augmenting the step number 4. And the final step, step number 7, is implementing the best alternative and monitoring the decision. That's all for today. Thank you.